Good evening, everyone. I hope I am properly audible and visible. Good evening. I'm good. How are you? Thank you, everyone, and happy Teachers' Day to all of you also. Good evening. So, yes, good evening and thank you, everyone, and happy Teachers' Day to all of you. So, I hope all of you are doing well. Yes, I am very good. How are you? Thank you. So, in the last session, we have discussed that we are going to talk about the biosphere reserves of India. We have already seen some of the topics related to environment in the previous session, some of the questions which we are trying to solve. We have talked about the different types of lions, tigers, elephant, and all other things. We have also discussed about the great Indian bustard and other species which are there. We have discussed about dolphins and crocodiles, gharial, etc. etc. So, shall we start today's session? Thank you everyone for the wishes and happy Teachers' Day to all of you also. I hope I am properly audible. The audio is fine. I hope it's fine. Okay. So, we are starting with today's session, and the topics which we are going to discuss is, today we will talk about some of the biosphere reserves. We will see that we will solve a few questions about biosphere reserve, not the entire one. I will have one more session in the next week for biosphere reserves. I am asking only from a few of them, and in the next session like on Monday, because tomorrow we are going to revise the current affairs related topics. So tomorrow, in tomorrow's session, we will revise the current affairs which we have done in this week. Okay, but in the next session, that is on Monday, we will have more revision from the biosphere reserves also. We will discuss some of them today and some of them in the next session also. Then we are going to talk about one of the organization, International Labour Organization. This one organization is there in the news. Why? Because it has released a report. It has released a report about employment and all other related data. So in that context, we are going to talk about this institution, this International Labour Organization. Then we are also going to talk about one of the development projects in Andaman and Nicobar Island. There is a company, a government-owned company, which has been given this target of developing some infrastructure in Andaman Nicobar. So what is that project all about, and what are the challenges with respect to this company? We are going to see that also. Then we are also going to talk about one of the new thing, that is satellite based toll collection. Nowadays we are having this FASTag. Which has even been made mandatory in India. Now we are going for a further upgrade, a further update, and that is going to be satellite based toll collection system in India. So it is going to be one of the first such in the world also. It has been said that it will be one such first thing in the world also. So we are going to talk about this satellite based toll collection system as well. So these are the topics which we are going to see. Okay, so let's start with a few questions first. So see, in which one among the following categories of protected areas in India are local people are not allowed to collect and use the biomass? You have options: Biosphere Reserve, National Park, wetland declared under Ramsar Convention, and wildlife sanctuaries. So these type of questions can be expected in the examination. They can be asking you about like what is allowed and what is not allowed inside a biosphere reserve. So tell me about this one. In which one among the following categories of protected areas in India are local people not allowed to collect and use the biomass? We have Biosphere Reserve, National Parks, wetland declared under Ramsar Convention, and wildlife sanctuaries. So what would be the correct answer here? I'm getting some answer as A also, some answer as C also. A, C and D. Okay. Anything else? I'm getting answers A, C and D. Anything else? Wetlands. Okay. See, if we talk about, like, this is a question in 2012. This is a question in 2000. This is a question from 2012. At that time, national parks were the one such area from where biomass collection was not allowed. However, later on, with passing of time, due to various judgments of Supreme Court, now even in some of the national parks, biomass collection is allowed due to one act, and the act is Forest Right Act of 2006. So under that, due to the judgments of Supreme Court, now in some of the national parks, even biomass collection has been permitted. Okay. So this, according to this, the answer here will be B. Never, it will never be A at all. Biosphere Reserve is one such area which is talking about coexistence of humans with wild population. It is talking about coexistence. Means we can have humans and wildlife living together in one large protected areas, carrying out their activities. So that is the concept of Biosphere Reserve. So this first option is definitely wrong. Here the answer is B, that is National Park. Okay. Now coming to the second question. Now here we have 2014 question. The most important strategy for the conservation of biodiversity together with traditional human life is the establishment of. Options are Biosphere Reserve, Botanical Gardens, National Park and wildlife sanctuaries. So this is a relatively easy question. Yes, it is not allowed in the core area. It is not allowed in the core area, but yes, in the parts of buffer zone or transition zone, the biomass collection is allowed. So this is from the syllabus and the easiest question. Okay, so that was not out of syllabus. UPSC, people say that in UPSC everything under the sky, even above the sky, is in this syllabus. Okay, so yes, here the answer is A, that is Biosphere Reserve. Biosphere Reserves will be the correct answer. Biosphere Reserve is one such area. If you look at this, there will be a core zone. Then there will also be a buffer zone. And then we have transition zone. So there are three parts of any Biosphere Reserve: core, buffer and transition zone. Okay. So core zone is one such area where human activities are not permitted. Like you can have a national park as the core area. Then the buffer zone is nearby forest areas or nearby villages which are there. People can live there. They can also have their agricultural practices, etc. So that is the buffer zone. And then in transition zone, some economic activities, alternate economic activities are allowed, like hotels, tourism, resorts, etc., etc. So these are transition, buffer and core zone of biosphere reserve. Now, coming to the second part, consider the following statement. This is the third question. Consider the following statements about Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. The first statement is Cane River, not Nilgiri, it is about Panna Biosphere Reserve. Okay. It is about Panna Biosphere Reserve. So consider the following statement about Panna Biosphere Reserve. First is saying Cane River passes through it. Second is saying it has moist, deciduous and semi-evergreen type of vegetation. Third is saying there is no human settlements or any human-made architecture in this biosphere reserve. So in this context, how many of the statements given above are correct? It is about Panna. Okay, so options are B also, A also. Okay. Some answers are B. Okay, some are people giving answer as A also. See, if we look at this question, the first thing is Cane River passes through it. You might be aware about this one very important river linking project in India, Cane Betwa River Interlinking Project. So yes, Cane River is passing through this Panna Biosphere Reserve, and due to the Cane Betwa Interlinking Project, a canal has to be constructed. Due to the construction of this canal, near about 4,500 square kilometer of area is going to be submerged under water. So that's why Panna Biosphere Reserve is there in the news also. Okay, about 4,500 square kilometer of area is going to be submerged under water due to the Cane Betwa interlinking project. Okay, so this Cane River of course passes through this area. This first statement is correct. Second is saying it has moist, deciduous and semi-evergreen type of vegetation. Now, look at this area. It is the drier regions of Madhya Pradesh. It is the drier regions of Madhya Pradesh. Once I have told you in the classes also that in the middle portion of India, in Madhya Pradesh, we have dry deciduous type of vegetation, not the moist deciduous, not even the semi-evergreen. So this biosphere reserve, Panna Biosphere Reserve, is there in that part of India where you have the dry type of vegetation. So here the second option is incorrect. Now coming to the third portion, there is no human settlements or human made architecture in this biosphere reserve. Can you tell me this statement is correct or incorrect? Anyone? Thank you, Shara and Nisha. Tell me about this question, this statement. Is there any human made architecture? Incorrect. Okay, so why it is incorrect? Tell me the second part, why it is incorrect. What is the significant architecture which is present in this area of Panna? In area of Panna Biosphere Reserve, what significant structure do we have? Temple, okay, which temple? Which temple we have? See, in this area, we have a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We have this UNESCO World Heritage Site here. And that is Khajuraho group of temples. Khajuraho group of monuments. They are present inside this Panna Biosphere Reserve. So the Khajuraho temples which are there, they are present inside this Panna Biosphere Reserve, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. That's why it is very much prominent. That's why it is very much prominent area. Khajuraho temples are present in this area. Okay. So Panna is there in the middle of Madhya Pradesh, in the middle of if you look at this Panna Biosphere Reserve, it is in the northeastern part of Madhya Pradesh. Okay. So Govind, I don't have this that map right now, but yes, I will show you in the next session. Okay. Okay. So this is the third question. Now coming to the fourth question, we have from Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. It is spread over the states of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Kerala. Second is saying Kaveri River passes through this Biosphere Reserve. And third is saying it is the first Biosphere Reserve to be included in Man Biosphere Network of UNESCO. It is spread over the states of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Kerala. Kaveri River passes through this Biosphere Reserve. And third is saying it is the first Biosphere Reserve to be included in the Man Biosphere program of UNESCO. So, how many statements are correct here? I am getting answers as only 2. Acha, A also, B also, D also. Okay. It is spread over Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Okay. So this first statement is definitely wrong, that it is spread over the states of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Kerala. No, Andhra Pradesh is not here. Instead, it has to be Tamil Nadu. So it is spread over Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Then we have Kaveri River passes through this Biosphere Reserve. Yes, basically, if you see, not just Kaveri, even the different tributaries of it, Kabini, Bhavani, Moyer, all these tributaries of this Kaveri River passes through this Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, a very extensive area. If you look at Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve, it is a very extensive area. These all rivers are passing through it. Okay. So this second option is also correct here. It is the first Biosphere Reserve to be included under this Man Biosphere Network of UNESCO. That third option is also correct. Hence the answer will be B, that is only 2. Okay. So here the answer is going to be B, that is only 2. Is that clear? No problem. I am giving you the topics. See, these are not included as part of your any subject. These are more related with current affairs and general knowledge. So I am giving you those topics which are generally not part of your day-to-day books or any other thing. These are something which you have to work upon. These are sometimes current affairs of the past or some general knowledge thing. Okay. So whenever I am giving you some topic, try to read about them through these classes itself. Suppose that if you are having command over at least 10 to 15 topics in 1 week, that means in 1 month you are going to have command over at least 60 topics. At least 60 topics. That too apart from the current affairs. In current affairs, you are also getting roughly around 50 to 60 topics per month. So you are getting on an average 100 topics which we are revising continuously with the help of questions or just reading about them. So these 100 topics, like by the end of the year, or when you are going for prelims examination, at least you will have 1,000+ topics which you have continuously read and revised. So this is what we are trying to do. We are trying to make the YouTube classes meaningful for the examination. Okay. Don't worry about the mapping session. We will have the mapping session once again. Last year also we had the mapping session, and mapping session was quite helpful also in the examination. So we are going to have the mapping session once again before the prelims examination. Okay. So don't worry about it. Mapping will be covered. Okay. So now let's come to today's topic. One of the topic is ILO data. The International Labour Organization, it has given some data with respect to employment. So what is this ILO saying? What is ILO? Let us try to understand about this organization. International Labour Organization. Just tell me one thing. When there was establishment of International Labour Organization, when was this ILO established? Anyone? Yes, Naveen, don't worry about it. We are taking 2025 in our mind. Okay. We have taken this 2025 examination in our mind. Accordingly, we are doing the topics. So can you tell me, when was this ILO, International Labour Organization, established? Any idea? See, normally you will find that I am never asking you about the dates or the year of establishment of any organization. But here I am asking you a very factual question. When was the ILO established? There is a reason behind it. Yes, it is one such organization which has been formed even before this United Nations organization. Okay. There was Treaty of Versailles, and according to the Treaty of Versailles, we had the establishment of International Labour Organization. This was set up or organized in 1919. So we will talk about this institution. But let us see what are its observations. Okay. So it has got one report, and that report is World Employment and Social Outlook. It has its one report which is published from time to time. The report is World Employment and Social Outlook. So according to this report, updated World Employment and Social Outlook, share of labor income has stagnated worldwide. Means the labor income, the wages of the labor has stagnated worldwide, globally. Okay. Second thing is, a large share of youth remain out of employment, education or training, and this is a matter of concern for the entire world. A large number of youth are now out of education, employment and training. Third thing is, the inequality is on the rise. Inequality is continuously, consistently rising. So we are seeing three important dimensions. First is what we see, that the income, it has stagnated. Second thing, what we have seen, that the large number of youth, a large share of youth are out of education, training and employment. And third thing is, the inequality is also on the rise. That is the observation of ILO, International Labour Organization. Now the thing is, like, why is it declining? Why the income is declining? Why lesser number of youth in these sectors? The first thing is focus on technology and automation. Across the world, you will find that the companies, the government, the institutions, they are focusing on technology and automation. Earlier, suppose that if there were 10 clerical jobs for computing something, for making some charts or tables, now it can be done automatically by some of the AI based computers or even normal computers. So the job of a large number of people has been lost, and even now their income is not rising, because instead of increasing their income, the companies, institutions or governments are focusing on getting the technology for it. Okay. Second thing is advent of the AI. The AI is one of the major challenge for low skill employment. Okay. Major challenge for low skilled job. These jobs are getting replaced by the AI based systems. They are continuously getting replaced by AI based system. Let me give an example. The BPO system, the back processing offices and all, the ones which were involved in telecalling and giving the support to the customers, now they are being replaced by AI powered bots. There are AI powered bots which reply to the customer now. You might have seen it in many banks, in many institutions. If you have a question, you have a AI powered bots. So instead of having 4 or 5 people who could have been employed there for replying to the consumers, now the AI system is doing it. So AI powered bots have taken place the job of low skilled employees. Okay. Then the skills of labor force becoming obsolete. The AI is not like static. The AI or the computer system or the technology, it is very much dynamic. It is progressing at an enormous space. It is continuously changing, evolving, and the employees who are there, the laborers who are there, they are not able to update their skills according to the requirement. They are not able to update their skills according to the requirement, and hence they are facing the challenge. So 3 things are there. First is focus on technology and automation by government or institutions or companies. Second thing is the AI replacing the low skilled jobs. And the third very crucial part is we also have the labor force whose skills are becoming obsolete, means outdated. Their skills are becoming outdated. Suppose someone has got to any computer training classes. They have learned about Excel. They have learned about MS Excel. But when they went for job, they found that now the MS Excel has been upgraded. Even other sheets are there or other softwares are there which can do the task in a much better manner. But they do not have the skill for it. They do not have the training for it, and hence they lose there. So employees' skills are also getting obsolete regularly and at a very fast pace also. So that is the challenge why it is declining. Now, since we have seen this, why there is such a need of increasing the labor income and even participation. See, globally what you see that the companies are getting richer. The employees are getting poorer. Or like why they are getting poorer? It's not that their salary is getting reduced, but you know that inflation will keep on increasing. So what is happening here? That the income of the employees have become stagnant. They are not seeing a rise. Companies are rising. Now, how it is a challenging part? You know that it is the masses, it is the large number of people who are going to consume some products or services. Companies will not eat food grains. Companies will not order burger or pizza or anything. It has to be done by people. And when people are not getting income, when the human resource, when the labor, when they are not getting increase in their income, how do you expect them to participate in a better manner in the economy? Their income is declining. So they will not be able to participate in that economy. And if the masses are not there, the sustained economic growth will not be there. So if we want sustained economic growth, one economic growth which can sustain for longer period of time, we need to put more money in the pocket of employees. We need to put more money in the pocket of employees. We need the participation of masses. We need the participation of masses. There is a famous quotation by Mahatma Gandhi also during this Indian national movement, that India doesn't need mass production. India needs production by masses. Okay. So mass production is done via technology, and then there is production by masses, which gives equality, which gives some share to all the people. So we need to have more participation of labor in the economy. Otherwise, we will keep on going for efficiency, and a time will come when there will be no one to consume these services or consume these products. What we will do then? There will be a sudden collapse of the entire economy. So sustained economic growth requires participation of more number of people. Second thing is, from here itself, it will lead to inclusive development. Inclusive development means development of all, participation of all the sectors, all the sections of society must participate in the development process. So sustained economic growth, for sustained economic growth, we need it. For inclusive growth, we need it. We also need it for achieving the sustainable development goals. No poverty, zero hunger. If we want to achieve these goals, again, we need to have more participation of the labor in the workforce, increased income of the labor in the workforce. So that's why there is a need for the different government to increase, to make provisions for increasing the income of the labor. One person, suppose that if one person is having billions or trillions of dollars, he will still be consuming only some amount of rice or wheat or millets or pulses. It's not that if a person is having trillions of dollars, they will eat the entire food or they will create demand for the food items or other items. But if the same trillion rupees is distributed among billions of people, they will consume these things. They will consume these products or services. So if the entire economy wants to grow for a longer period of time, it needs to be inclusive, it needs to be distributive. Okay. So this first aspect is clear. Thank you everyone, and yes, my blessings is always with all of you. My blessings are there with all of you always. And yes, I know that some of you are also going for mains, like Neelu is going for mains, other people are also going for mains. So yes, blessings from the entire team of KGS, all of us, and for all of you. This topic is relevant for your GS paper 3. This is relevant for your GS paper 3, inclusive development. Okay. Now, see this International Labour Organization. If we talk about it, India is one of the founding member of it. Okay. This is one organization formed in 1919. Okay. It has been formed by the Treaty of Versailles. Via the Treaty of Versailles. Treaty of Versailles. Okay. If you look at this organization, there is one very significant aspect of this organization, and that is tripartite association or tripartite character. Tripartite character means it will include government, it will include the business, it will include the labor. They will all become part of this. Okay. They will all become part of this ILO. So ILO is like, there is participation of government also, there is participation of the businesses also, there is also the participation of labor in this organization. That's why it is called as tripartite character or tripartite union. Okay. So now if we talk about this International Labour Organization, you will also see that it is the first such agency or first such organization to become an affiliated agency of UN. So in 1946, it became the first agency of UN. In 1946, it has become the first agency of United Nations. That is also its significance, the ILO. It has this World Employment and Social Outlook report, which tells us about the labor and economy, business, everything. Okay. It has got 187 members. Okay. So that is about this ILO. One of the very old organizations, one of the organization which has like been formed even before this UN. So it has become the first UN agency also. I hope it is clear. What is the way forward for human in the era of AI? There is simple thing. Government, businesses, they will have to come together. The government, the businesses, and even the international organizations, they will have to come together. There are multiple things which needs to be done. Okay. First thing is balance between technology and human resource. That has to be ensured. Second thing is, if we talk about it, there is a requirement of upgrading, upskilling, reskilling the laborers. Okay. Upskilling and reskilling the labor from time to time. Like suppose that, let us take an example. There is a company X. Now company X is not Twitter. Okay, let us assume that there is a company X. So it has hired a person. Now this person is working in X from, let us say, 2020 to 2025. He is giving all his effort, all his time to the company. This person is giving all his effort and time to the company X. But by the time 2025 comes, now there is upgrade in the technology. Now let us say that there is upgrade in the technology and this person is not having the requisite training or a skill. So normally what the people do, that this company, what they do that, they will fire this person. And hire someone new with more skills. Okay. They will hire someone new with more skills and they will fire this person. But think about this person. He has been giving his time entirely to the company X. Now it's the duty, it's the moral responsibility of this company X to upgrade his skill from time to time so that he will remain relevant for the job. Otherwise, after 5 years, he will be replaced by another person. After 5 years, there will be another person and this will go on. So there is a need of reskilling and upskilling the labor by the company itself from time to time. Okay. Government needs to form policies for suitable adoption and application of AI vis-a-vis human resource. See, government cannot say this, that we have to give full freedom to the businesses. Okay, It's true that businesses run the company, but businesses will run only when the country survives. And the country is not only surviving by the businesses, it is surviving by the masses. So if masses are not surviving, if the masses are not getting the benefit, then in long term, neither the company nor the government nor the country can survive. So government needs to pursue a policy whereby there is suitable adoption and application of AI vis-a-vis human population or human resource. Whatever you want to call them, a resource or a human being, that is your call. Okay, clear? Yes, I will try to add. Okay, let's, in the next week, there will be quotes week. In the next week, we will be discussing many quotes. Okay, so that will be done in the next week. Okay, now coming to the next topic. We have Andaman and Nicobar Island Integrated Development Corporation. Okay, so what is the context here? There is a company, Andaman and Nicobar. There is this company, Andaman and Nicobar. This company is there, Andaman and Nicobar Island Integrated Development Corporation. Okay, Andaman and Nicobar Island Integrated Development Corporation. So this is basically a company, but a wholly government owned company. It is a wholly government owned company. It is a wholly government owned company. Now, this company was established in 1988 itself. So it is not a new company. This company has been formed almost like, if you see 12 and plus 24, around 36 years ago. This company has been formed almost 36 years ago. Now, why this company is there in the news? Basically, there is one organization, Niti Aayog. So Niti Aayog has launched a 72,000 crore project. It has not launched, it has advocated, it has given an agenda for a 72,000 crore project. The project focuses on a few dimensions. One of the dimension is creating a greenfield airport. Greenfield airport means a new airport. Greenfield means we are doing new investment, we are making a new airport. Okay, so that is called as greenfield. Greenfield means something entirely new, starting from scratch. Brownfield means there is something which is already existing, we are just upgrading it. So that is called as brownfield. Here it is saying a greenfield airport means an airport which we are starting from scratch. Means we will first get the land, we will make all the infrastructure, then we will develop the airport. Okay, so a greenfield airport has to be established. There is also a tourism and township project which is planned under this 72,000 crore project. There is also a transshipment port which has to be constructed, and also a solar and gas based power plant in Great Nicobar. So government has announced a 72,000 crore project, a mega project for the development of Andaman and Nicobar Island. And for this project, for the implementation of this project, a company was chosen. The company was Andaman Nicobar Island Integrated Development Corporation. Okay, so this company has been chosen, that you have to develop this Andaman Nicobar, you have to do this project. So now there is a lot of question about the company. There is a lot of question about the project also. What are those questions? What are those like concerns? Let us try to understand it. The concern is that in the Andaman Nicobar area, what we see that those who are member of this company, they are also the forest officials in Andaman and Nicobar. Like, one of the thing is, same person who is the corporation managing director, he is also the commissioner cum secretary of the island for environment and forest. So there is a person who is the managing director of this company which is going to implement the project, and the same person is also the secretary for environment and forest for Andaman and Nicobar. So it is like the person is certifying his own project, that our project is good. Like, you have been given this opportunity to make your own question, to make your own answer and evaluate your own copy. So you will be getting 10 out of 10. Some of you might also give yourself 12 out of 10. So that is what is being done here. Okay. That same person who is the managing director of that corporation, Andaman Nicobar Island Integrated Development Corporation, the same person is also the secretary for giving clearance related to environment and forest. The conflict of interest. Second thing is chief secretary of the island. Okay. The chief secretary of the island is also the chairman of the board of directors of this ANIDCO. Okay. He is also this like board of directors of this ANIDCO. So there is a conflict of interest. There is conflict of interest which is going on in this case. Okay. That's why there is a lot of discussions about this project. The main thing is we are trying to develop this Andaman Nicobar. Government has made this target that they are going to develop this Andaman Nicobar. 4 different things have been planned: a township, a tourism and township project, a new greenfield airport, a transshipment hub, and also a gas and solar powered plant. Gas and solar based power plant in Great Nicobar. So that is the aim of government. But now there is a lot of question about this implementing agency due to conflict of interest, violation of environmental angles and all other things. Okay. So now I have a few questions about Andaman. First, tell me, what is the last point of this Andaman and Nicobar Island? (1750 by 1750). So you will not be only the topper, you will be the only topper or the topper in the history of entire UPSC examination. You will not be given rank 1. You will be directly given the post of cabinet secretary. Gautam, this session is for English students. Okay. We also have a Hindi medium classes of current affairs that is done on different channel, KGS IAS Hindi. Okay. Yes. So the last point is Indra point. The last tip, last point of India, that is Indra point. Indra point. Tell me one more thing. Tell me one more thing about this Andaman and Nicobar Island group. If you look at Andaman and Nicobar, you have one active volcano. There is one active volcano, Barren Island. Barren Island. It is the only active volcano in India. Can you tell me? It is located near to Andaman group or to the Nicobar group. It is located near the Andaman group or the Nicobar group. Where it is located? It is the only active volcano in India. It is the only active volcano in India. So where it is located? Near the Andaman or near the Nicobar? Yes. So it is correct that it is located near the Andaman group of island. Okay, so near Andaman group. Near Andaman group. Tell me one more thing. We have discussed about the different channels which are there. There is 8-degree channel, 9-degree channel and 10-degree channel. So which channel separates Andaman group from the Nicobar group? Which channel is separating the Andaman group from the Nicobar group of islands? Okay. So yes, it is 10-degree channel. 10-degree channel separates Andaman from Nicobar. Tell me one more thing. If we talk about Andaman and Nicobar, then in this area, if we talk about the Andaman and Nicobar, so in this area, what vegetation, how many type of vegetation will be found in this area? If we are talking about Andaman and Nicobar, what type of vegetation will be found in the Andaman and Nicobar group of islands? Tell me about this question. Thank you, Manisha. So tell me about this one, that how many type of vegetation mentioned here? Coral reef, mangroves and rainforest. How many of them are found in Andaman and Nicobar? Okay, I am getting option C also, option B also. Nilu is saying option C. Okay, some people are saying option 2 also. Now see it. Yes, normally you will think that rainforest will be there. Correct. Mangroves will be there. That is also correct. Now you might be having this doubt, do we have coral reef in Andaman and Nicobar islands or not? The answer is, we do have the coral reef in Andaman and Nicobar. Nearly 11,000 square kilometer area in Andaman groups and nearly 2,700 square kilometer of area of coral reef in the Nicobar group. So we have coral reef in Andaman and Nicobar group of island also. Just see one thing, Andaman and Nicobar is a group of islands. Now, since this is a group of island, it is not having that problem of rivers or anything. It is not even having the problem of cold current. It is there in a location where you have warm oceanic currents, tropical region. So we do have the presence of coral reef in this area. So coral reef, mangroves and rainforest, all these three things are found in Andaman and Nicobar group. Okay. So this is like all three are there. So this is about our Andaman Nicobar and the company which is there. Yes, that's why I am asking about it. That's why I'm asking about it. There is a lot of concern about the harm to the coral reef, mangrove forest or vegetation of this area. That is why a large number of environmentalist groups, they are raising concern over the project for Andaman and Nicobar. Okay. Now, we are coming to the next part, satellite based toll collection. You know that in India, we have fast tag system. We have this fast tag system. So when fast tag was launched in India, there was a lot of hope. There was a lot of hope that now the people would not have to stand in queues on the toll plaza. They won't have to be standing in queues. They don't have to like wait for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, sometimes even more in the toll plaza queues. But what has been seen that although fast tags have been somewhat better, fast tags have brought in somewhat reform, but the thing which we expected from it, is not there. We have not been able to achieve seamless movement of the vehicles. There are problems at boom barriers. There is problem in the identification of RFID tags also. So due to all these situations, fast tags are still not considered the best option in toll collection. So now instead, what we are going for? We are going for GPS based. We are going to have GPS based toll collection. So how this is going to work? See, suppose that we are having any such vehicle. Okay. Suppose that we are having any such vehicle. This is the best vehicle I can make. Okay. So suppose that this vehicle is moving in this direction. Okay. It is moving in this direction. This is a national highway. Now, how it is going to work? There is going to be creation of an onboard unit. It is called as onboard unit. Okay. So this onboard unit is going to be installed in this vehicle. Okay. This onboard unit. Now let us say that there is a toll plaza here. Okay. So like nowadays we are having fast tags. On these vehicles. So instead of fast tags, they are going to have the onboard units. Okay. Now let us say that this person is driving from this location to this location. He has traveled a distance of, let us say, 100 kilometers. Okay. Someone might have started their vehicle from here. Let us say that there is another vehicle. Which has started from just this location. Let us say there is another vehicle which has started from here only. Okay. This vehicle has traveled 10 kilometers. This vehicle has traveled 50 kilometers. And this has traveled 100 kilometers. Now, when they are crossing the toll plaza, all of them are giving the same amount at this toll plaza. The person who has traveled for 100 kilometers, they will also pay the fixed price. This person will also pay the fixed price. This one is also going to pay the fixed price. It is how normally works in fast tag system. But under the GPS based toll collection, let us say that if this person has traveled for 100 kilometers, let us say he is giving 100 rupees. The person who has traveled for 50 kilometers, he will give 50 rupees and so on. So this GPS based toll collection system is going to charge the people according to the length of the highway on which they have traveled. It is based on the distance which they have traveled on the highway. So it is going to be beneficial for some people at least. Like even if they have to travel just 10 kilometers, they are paying huge toll, like a huge toll tax. So many of them are even trying to avoid the toll, going through alternate routes from here to there and all other places. So instead of that, now they can pass through toll plaza, they will have to pay less. How it is going to work? It will have the onboard units. Once the onboard units passes this toll plaza, the money will get deducted. The money will get deducted from there. Okay. And even there will be measurement of each and every kilometer that a vehicle has traveled on a toll, on a paid highway, and accordingly they can be charged for this. Okay. So that is the onboard units established in these toll plazas, in these vehicles. It is going to make use of GPS also. It is going to make use of Gagani also. Gagan is basically, or Navik, navigation with Indian constellation. Okay. So it is going to make use of the Navik system or the GPS system. Both of them are going to be used in this GPS based toll collection. Okay. So this project is going to be launched there. Now in the initial phase, there will be some separate like routes through which only the OBU based vehicles will pass, or those who are having the satellite toll collection, they will pass. Okay. And then there will be FASTag also. So now the FASTag is not being banned as of now. It will continue. Along with the FASTags, there will also be OBUs, onboard units, based on GPS based toll collection. So it is going to be directly linked with satellite, and accordingly the toll will be charged on the people. I hope it is clear. Satellite is not paying the toll. The vehicles will pay the toll. Satellite is not paying the toll. Using the satellite system, the vehicles will be paying the toll taxes. Govind, don't think about the simple this company issue. This is a small thing. Okay. If you have to write about Andaman, I can give you one simple question. Discuss the strategic significance. Discuss the strategic significance of development project in Andaman and Nicobar. Remember one thing, UPSC is not going to ask you about the Andaman and Nicobar Island Integrated Development Corporation. UPSC is not going to ask you about the company. UPSC can ask you about the strategic significance of development of Andaman and Nicobar. Okay. No, this is, it is said that, government has said that this will be the first rollout of the system of satellite based toll collection. So it is said that India will be a pioneer of this system. It is said that India will be a pioneer of this system. So let's see how it rolls on. Clear? So now in tomorrow's session, tomorrow is Friday, yes. So in tomorrow's session, we are going to revise the topics which we have discussed in the last 4 days classes, even the previous week topics also. We are going to solve some questions on the basis of topics which we have discussed in the last 1 or 2 weeks. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you very much for attending the session, and a lot of blessings to all of you. Enjoy the day, and let's meet tomorrow. We will discuss further things. Thank you very much. Take care. Some book beside our subject. If you want to read any book beside this, you can read one thing. Like there is one book of External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. There is one book, India's Way, the India's Way. So you can read that book. It's very good from international relation perspective. Okay. So from there you will get a lot of idea. Okay. Or you can also go for Why Bharat Matters. That is also good book. Okay. Thank you and all the best.